Welcome to a world where outrageous performance wears a tailored suit. Today, we're testing the new Bentley Bentayga Speed. It's a 300,000 masterpiece of leather-wrapped indulgence, diamond brush detailing, and barely contained aggression. On the surface, it looks like aristocratic luxury. Underneath, something far more rebellious. Before we go any further, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth luxury and performance car reviews. For more than a century, Bentley has represented refinement, craftsmanship, and effortless grand touring. It has long been the mark of choice for captains of industry and royalty alike. A car built to glide silently from Mayfair penthouses to Monte Carlo marinas. But this Bentayga Speed, this one didn't get the memo. Fire it up and the illusion of quiet dignity evaporates instantly. The exhaust note is deep, feral, and unapologetically loud, especially when fitted with the optional Akrapovic titanium system. This is not pulse-lowering luxury. This is pulse-raising madness wrapped in quilted leather. So what exactly is this hooligan in a Savile Row suit? The most powerful Bentayga ever. The Speed is the most powerful Bentayga Bentley has ever produced. Output stands at a colossal 650 horsepower and 850 Nm of torque. Those numbers don't just rival performance SUVs, they rival supercars. And here's the twist. Gone is the aristocratic W12 of the previous generation. In its place sits a heavily revised 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 from the Volkswagen Group performance arsenal. Larger turbochargers and upgraded fuel injectors allow this engine to deliver brutal, mid-range force from just over 2,000 RPM. No hybrid assistance. No electric trickery, just pure petrol fury. In a world where even performance SUVs are going plug-in, the Bentayga Speed stands defiantly analog. Interestingly, while the latest Lamborghini Urus has embraced electrification, this Bentayga retains raw combustion character. In some ways, that makes it feel even more rebellious. Keep the gearbox in sport, and the V8 stays right in its power band. When the turbos spool, the surge is violent for something weighing well over 2 tons. This big luxury SUV does not gather speed, it attacks it. 0-62 mph happens in just 3.4 seconds. Top speed, a scarcely believable 193 mph. Do we need a 190 mph luxury SUV? Absolutely not. Are we glad it exists? Completely. Launch control in a Bentley. For the first time ever in a Bentayga, launch control is included. Engage sport mode. Traction off. Foot on brake. Throttle pinned. The revs flare. The exhaust cracks. Release. The acceleration is savage, deeply un-Bentley-like in the best possible way. It feels almost mischievous, as though the brand's traditional restraint has been temporarily switched off. Yet even during that explosive launch, there's refinement. The cabin remains insulated, the steering composed, the chassis controlled. It's chaos, but curated chaos. Aggressive, but tailored design. Visually, Bentley has given the Speed a darker, stealthier aesthetic. A blacked-out grille, dark-tinted headlights, black Bentley badging, subtle but purposeful. Then the contrast arrives, bold accent striping. Vivid brake calipers available in striking colors like green, yellow, or orange. Carbon ceramic brakes can be specified, along with enormous 23-inch wheels, a size that would look absurd on most vehicles. Yet here they appear perfectly proportioned thanks to the Bentayga's sheer presence. It's an interesting balance, discreet. British luxury layered with flashes of unapologetic drama. Interior, opulence without over-digitalization. Step inside and the Bentayga Speed feels unmistakably Bentley. This example, equipped with the Mulliner specification, showcases diamond quilted leather, contrast stitching, Alcantara accents, and meticulous metal detailing. Unlike many modern SUVs drowning in touchscreen menus, the Bentayga retains physical switches, satisfying, beautifully damped and exquisitely crafted. The signature organ stop air vent controls remain a highlight. Even the analog clock feels like a piece of fine jewelry. It's tactile, it's warm, it feels handcrafted rather than assembled. In a world of maximum digital minimalism, Bentley's approach feels refreshingly human. Handling witchcraft on wheels. Underneath the luxury lies serious chassis engineering. A 48-volt active anti-roll system can apply up to 1,300 Newtons of torque to counteract body roll. The result? Astonishing composure in corners. But Bentley deliberately avoided making it feel artificially flat. Instead of eliminating movement entirely, the system allows subtle, natural body motion. The car breathes with the road rather than suppressing it. Turn-in feels precise. Throttle adjustments are intuitive. Brake modulation is progressive. Despite its size and weight, the Bentayga Speed feels remarkably adjustable. Stability control has been recalibrated to allow greater slip, and the rear-biased all-wheel drive system enhances engagement. Bentley even claims it can drift under the right conditions. A drifting Bentley SUV. That sentence alone tells you how far this model stretches tradition. Ride comfort, defying physics. With massive 23-inch wheels and stiffer suspension tuning, you might expect harshness. You'd be wrong. Even in sport mode, the Bentayga Speed maintains remarkable composure. Switch into Bentley mode, the brand's balanced setting, and it blends athleticism with serenity. In comfort mode, it approaches Rolls-Royce levels of smoothness. The way this SUV isolates imperfections while still delivering control feels almost supernatural. The Bentayga Speed is not subtle, it is not quiet in character, and it is certainly not inexpensive. Prices start around $219,000, and well-specified examples easily exceed $300,000. That places it firmly in 1% territory. But what you get is a luxury SUV that refuses to be predictable. It has the craftsmanship expected from Bentley. It has the pace of a supercar. It has the attitude of something far more rebellious. And surprisingly, it might just be more compelling than the Lamborghini Urus it shares engineering roots with. Because this isn't just speed wrapped in luxury. It's an iron fist in a velvet glove, stitched with bright orange thread. We explored the outrageous performance, thunderous V8 character, and rebellious personality of the Bentayga Speed. Now it's time to go deeper beyond acceleration, figures and launch control theatrics, and understand what this machine is actually like to live with, to drive daily, and to own. Because here's the real question. Is the Bentayga Speed simply a loud statement piece? Or is it genuinely the ultimate all-round luxury SUV? The dual personality, super SUV versus Grand Tourer. The magic of the Bentayga Speed lies in its split personality. One moment, it behaves like a dignified Grand Tourer, calm, composed, effortlessly gliding over uneven roads. The next, it transforms into something bordering on outrageous. Press the throttle halfway, and the twin-turbo V8 surges forward with deep mechanical authority. Unlike many modern performance SUVs that rely heavily on hybrid torque fill, this V8 builds power in a traditional way. There's a swell, a crescendo, a physical sensation of force gathering before exploding forward. That drama gives the Speed emotional character, and emotion is something many ultra-luxury SUVs struggle to deliver. Steering feel and driver engagement. Let's talk steering. In comfort mode, it's light and relaxed, ideal for tight city maneuvers or long motorway stretches. But switch into sport and the weight builds naturally. It doesn't suddenly feel artificial or heavy. Instead, it tightens with purpose. The front end responds with surprising precision for a vehicle of this size. You can genuinely place it accurately through sweeping bends. There's feedback through the rim, subtle but present, enough to inspire confidence. Many SUVs isolate the driver completely. The Bentayga Speed invites you in. That's a crucial difference. Braking confidence. When you're moving nearly 2.5 tons at serious speed, braking performance matters. The optional carbon ceramic setup provides immense stopping power. The pedal feel is progressive rather than grabby. There's no nervous bite at low speeds, but when you lean on it hard, the deceleration is dramatic and reassuring. It feels engineered for sustained performance, not just headline figures. And visually, those massive discs sitting behind bold-colored calipers add to the theatrical presence. Daily driving reality. Now here's where things get interesting. with 650 horsepower under your right foot. You might expect constant tension or aggression, but the Bentayga Speed doesn't demand theatrics from you. It allows restraint. Drive gently and it settles into refined luxury. Road noise is minimal. Wind isolation is excellent. The cabin remains serene even at motorway speeds. The V8 hums quietly in the background unless provoked. It's a reminder that beneath the rebellion, this is still a Bentley. Technology without overcomplication. Modern luxury. SUVs often overwhelm drivers with excessive screens and layered digital menus. The Bentayga takes a different approach. Yes, it has a modern infotainment system. Yes, it offers smartphone integration, digital driver displays, and advanced driver assistance systems. But crucially, it retains physical interaction. Climate controls are real switches. Air vents are adjusted via metal organ stops. Drive modes are selected with tactile controls. This physicality creates a sense of craftsmanship that touchscreens simply cannot replicate. It feels intentional, thoughtful. Rear seat experience. Let's not forget, many Bentayga owners won't always be driving. In the rear, space is generous. Legroom is ample. Materials mirror the front in richness and detail. Optional. Rear entertainment screens transform long journeys into first-class experiences. Massage functions, seat ventilation, and reclining adjustments ensure passengers are as indulged as the driver. It's not just fast luxury. It's shared luxury. Practicality? Yes, it's still an SUV. Despite its performance credentials, the Bentayga Speed remains genuinely practical. Boot capacity is generous for a luxury SUV. The rear seats fold when needed. Height adjustment via air. Suspension allows easier loading and improved ground clearance when required. It may be capable of 193 mph, but it can still handle airport runs, family duties, and long-distance touring without compromise. That breadth of ability is rare. Comparison, Speed versus standard Bentayga. Is the Speed worth choosing over a standard Bentayga? Objectively, yes. The enhanced V8 tuning transforms the driving character. The chassis adjustments sharpen response. The exhaust adds theater. The visual detailing introduces subtle aggression. Yet it doesn't sacrifice comfort in the process. That balance is key. You're not losing Bentley refinement. You're gaining personality, the emotional factor. Luxury cars at this price point are rarely logical purchases. They're emotional decisions. The Bentayga Speed feels special in a way that transcends numbers. It feels handcrafted, engineered with intent, and infused with character. There's a sense that Bentley allowed themselves to have a little fun with this one, and that makes it compelling. Ownership considerations. Let's address reality. Starting price sits around $219,000. Add options, carbon ceramics, premium paint, Mulliner trim, a Krapovich exhaust, and figures can easily surpass $300,000. Depreciation is significant if buying new. However, the pre-owned market presents opportunities. Used examples of earlier Bentayga models can be found at dramatically lower prices, offering access to Bentley ownership without initial sticker shock. Running costs? Fuel consumption reflects the performance potential. Servicing aligns with ultra-luxury standards. Insurance premiums are not modest. This is not a budget-conscious SUV, but it isn't pretending to be. Speed versus hybrid rivals. With performance SUVs increasingly moving toward electrification, the Bentayga Speed feels almost rebellious in its purity. The latest Lamborghini Urus now incorporates hybrid assistance. Many competitors follow similar paths. The Bentayga Speed remains unapologetically petrol-powered. For enthusiasts who value engine character and mechanical authenticity, that matters. The soundtrack feels organic. The throttle response feels traditional. The drama feels earned. Is it too much? Some may argue that a 190-plus mph luxury SUV is excessive. They're right, but excess has always been part of the ultra-luxury segment's appeal. Bentley hasn't built the Speed because anyone needs it. They've built it because they can, and because there's a clientele that desires exactly this blend of power and opulence. Bentley Bentayga Speed. We've explored the outrageous performance, We've examined the craftsmanship, daily usability, and ownership reality. Now it's time for the big question. Is the Bentayga Speed truly the best all-round luxury performance SUV on the market today? The identity crisis that isn't a crisis. For decades, Bentley stood for one core idea: effortless speed wrapped in refinement. Grand touring, not grandstanding. Then the world changed. SUVs became dominant. Performance expectations skyrocketed. Customers wanted practicality, luxury, and supercar pace in one machine. The Bentayga Speed answers that demand, but it does so in a uniquely Bentley way. It doesn't shout in Italian. It doesn't over-digitize like some German rivals. It doesn't float in detached isolation like certain ultra-luxury alternatives. Instead, it blends presence, pace, and personality into one remarkably cohesive package. Where it sits in the market. To understand the Bentayga Speed properly, we have to look at its rivals. Against the Lamborghini Urus. The Urus is sharper, louder in design, more overtly aggressive. It now embraces hybrid technology, delivering instant torque and improved efficiency. But here's the difference. The Bentayga Speed feels more complete. It offers nearly the same straight-line pace. It provides superior ride comfort. Its interior feels warmer, more artisanal. And crucially, it doesn't sacrifice emotional combustion character, despite increasing industry pressure toward electrification. Where the Urus feels like a supercar on stilts, the Bentayga Speed feels like a grand tourer with serious muscle. Against ultra-luxury rivals, while not directly positioned as a chauffeur-focused SUV, comparisons inevitably arise with vehicles from brands like Rolls-Royce motor cars. The Bentayga Speed cannot quite match the ethereal isolation of a Rolls-Royce product in absolute comfort mode. But that's not its mission. Bentley aims for engagement. You don't just sit in a Bentayga Speed, you participate. That engagement creates an emotional connection missing in some softer rivals. The engineering achievement. Strip away branding and luxury for a moment. Focus purely on engineering. This is a 2.5-ton SUV capable of 0 to 62 mph in 3.4 seconds. 193 mph flat out. Cornering with genuine composure, delivering rear bias dynamics, remaining comfortable enough for long-haul journeys. The 48-volt active anti-roll system alone represents a significant technological achievement, applying up to 1/300 Nm of torque to resist roll while maintaining natural body movement is no small feat. It feels organic, not artificially rigid. That balance between control and fluidity is exceptionally difficult to achieve in vehicles of this size. The emotional experience. Numbers matter, but emotion sells cars at this level. The Bentayga Speed has theater. Started in a quiet neighborhood and the Akrapovich. Exhaust announces your departure with authority. Accelerate onto a motorway and the V8 growls with purpose. Downshift manually and it responds with a crisp bark. Yet moments later, it can settle into serene silence. That contrast, aggression followed by calm, makes the experience addictive. It's not constantly loud or brash. It gives you options. And in ultra-luxury ownership, options are everything. Design, loud or understated. Visually, the Bentayga Speed walks a clever line. Black exterior detailing, tinted lighting elements, and subtle badging hint at performance without overwhelming elegance. However, bold accent colors and massive 23-inch wheels allow owners to lean into drama if desired. The design reflects Bentley's philosophy. Luxury first, performance layered in. It never feels cartoonish. Even when specified boldly, it retains gravitas. Interior, a statement of craft. Step inside, and the story changes from aggression to artistry. Diamond quilting, contrast stitching, machined metal controls, physical switches with satisfying tactility. In an era where many manufacturers chase minimalism, Bentley embraces material richness. Wood veneers sit beside brushed metal. Leather meets Alcantara. The cabin feels constructed, not configured. And perhaps most importantly, it feels expensive. At $219,000 starting price, it should. The price question. Let's be realistic. With options, this SUV easily exceeds $300,000. Depreciation will not be gentle if purchased new. Running costs align with ultra-luxury ownership. Fuel consumption reflects the performance envelope. This is not a rational purchase, but it isn't meant to be. At this level, buyers are not seeking value. They are seeking experience, exclusivity, and emotional reward. Does it replace the old W12 spirit? Some purists may miss the outgoing W12 engine, a symbol of Bentley's aristocratic past. However, the twin-turbo V8 in the Speed brings its own identity. It's lighter. It's more vocal. It feels sharper and more contemporary. And because it remains purely petrol-powered, it preserves mechanical authenticity in a rapidly electrifying segment. In many ways, it feels like a farewell celebration of combustion excess. The daily usability factor. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of the Bentayga Speed is how normal it can feel. School run? Effortless. Airport transfer? Comfortable. Long motorway cruise? Relaxing. Weekend blast through winding roads? Thrilling. Few vehicles blend these roles so convincingly. It doesn't demand constant performance. It simply makes it available. The character verdict. The Bentayga Speed has attitude. That's the defining trait. It's not merely fast. It's not merely luxurious. It has personality. There's a slight mischievous edge, as if Bentley engineers allowed themselves to stretch beyond traditional boundaries. And that boldness pays off. Is it better than the Urus? This might surprise many enthusiasts. But yes, for most buyers it probably is. The Urus leans heavily into performance identity. The Bentayga Speed offers nearly the same pace while delivering superior craftsmanship and greater comfort. It feels more versatile, and versatility often wins in the real world. The final statement. The Bentley Bentayga Speed represents something rare. An SUV that refuses to compromise. It does not apologize for its size. It does not apologize for its power. It does not apologize for its price. Instead, it embraces all three. Iron fist, velvet glove, bright stitching. In a market filled with fast SUVs, the Bentayga Speed may not be the loudest or the most extreme, but it might be the most complete. And in the ultra-luxury world, completeness is everything. Final verdict. If you want pure aggression, choose a hardcore performance SUV. If you want silent opulence, choose something softer. But if you want supercar pass, handcrafted British luxury, everyday usability, genuine driver engagement, and unmistakable presence, then the Bentley Bentayga Speed stands at the very top of the segment. It is excess refined, performance civilized, luxury unleashed, and quite possibly the best all round.